Hello. Okay, give me a second. Why? Okay, there we go. Hi, friends. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Dalia, and today we're on my new island, Grim Isle. It was my first time saying my new island name out loud in an intro. It's interesting. I'm excited. Please ignore red in the back. But anyway, hello, welcome to my channel. This is my new island. If you didn't watch my last video, I reset, and we're starting with my entrance build today, as we always do. I quickly went through all the days, and I now have 3 stars. We got terraforming. Let's quickly run down and show you my villagers. Here they are. Pretty much all the girl villagers minus Audie are staying, and we're getting rid of Axel and Tex. Anyway, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you didn't see my last video, me explaining my new island theme, watch it. Oh my god, look at Red copying my thing in the background. Oh my god, so cute. Anyway, watch my other video if you want kind of like a brief explanation of what this island theme is going to be. But pretty much it is a witchy, medieval, spooky island. That's the basic gist. So first thing I gotta do, unfortunately, is get rid of all the trees. So I'm gonna quickly do that, and then we can get started. So there we have, look at Deirdre. She was my starter on this island. She's so cute. She's definitely staying because I think she fits the witchy vibe of the island. And while I'm not really in the mood to do some terraforming and decorating, we're gonna get started. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, I had no idea what I was doing for this entrance. All I knew was I really wanted it to be like an abandoned market, and I'm putting all this dirt down, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put the dirt down and then put my pathing on top. So I'm about to spend the next like 30 minutes placing all this pathing down. Look at me go. Axel kept getting in the way, and then I started putting this pathing down. Look how awesome the pathing looks. It's great. It's awesome. I absolutely hated it, so I had to get rid of everything. And then that took me another 30 minutes. So I didn't show you the whole, obviously, decorating, but I wanted you guys to see how much of a struggle I was going through as I started planning this this entrance. But yeah, half of my island is going to be kind of like abandoned medieval like kingdom, and I want my entrance to kind of exhibit that. So it's going to be overgrown, it's going to be abandoned, it's going to be spooky, but also feel like very warm and inviting in the same way, if that makes any sense. This is my main path. I'm debating whether or not to download another path and use like kind of like a dirt or a more like golden leaf kind of pathing for the more woodsy areas of the island. But this is the pathing I chose. It's going to be kind of like the broken up cobblestone areas of the kingdom, if that makes any sense. I debated whether or not to end up using this pathing, because when I first downloaded it, my character was in October, but then I time traveled to November because I want the multi-tree colors. I want the reds and the golds, but it looks really weird with the yellow grass, so I'm still like 50-50 on it. Like I could still end up changing it, but after you guys see all the items on top of it, I really actually like it. I like the contrast, and it looks like the moss is on top of the stone instead of like it's a nice contrast, like not too jarring than I initially thought. I guess because you see it like this, and the path is such a big, I don't know, like I keep using the word contrast, but it's such a big contrast in comparison to the color of the grass that it looks a little weird. But But yeah, also I just want to mention, as I'm placing this pathing down, I have no idea what I'm doing. I was just kind of placing it down in random areas. I left spaces in between the pathing because I'm going to be placing, like, you know, shrubs and weeds, and I wanted there to be a incline, so I'm trying to figure out where the incline is going to go. Basically, this is going to be like the first level, and then there's going to be a market, and then I'm going to have a second level, and then I'm basically going to block off my resident services, and then that's going to be on like the second or third level, and then you'll have an incline going down to res services. We don't build around res services today, so it really doesn't matter. But I was trying to get like the feel. I wanted the entrance to be closed off with cliffs, kind of like, yeah, I wanted it to be closed off with cliffs because I was going to be using a lot of castle items, which you will see me starting to place very shortly. So I wanted the cliffs to kind of surround the area, make it kind of look very, I don't know, kind of tight. I want the space to be very minimal. Like when you see the space, it looks like I actually have a very big amount of space to work with. But once I put the castle items down and I section off the areas using the castle items, you start to see that there's not actually a lot of space. Like it ends up being a very close-knit build. So I quickly went to Tom Nook and grabbed the stone staircase. I think I'm going to be using the stone staircase and then the wooden one as like my two main staircases. Obviously the stone one works really well with my pathing, and then the wood one just because it's like medieval. Like we won't be using like iron, like the iron ones, so I think it looks good. I end up really covering it with items, so you really don't see the staircase after I start placing the castle items down, but it's good. It's good. So this is where it started to get interesting because I had to place the items down. I do use also a lot of the rune, like the ruined stair archway, as you can see, and just like a bunch of the ruined items. I love how the ruined items work with this colorway of the castle and the medieval building sides, like the distressed kind of damage version. That is literally going to be the only castle item colorway that I use across my whole island, as this is meant to be like an abandoned lost kingdom. And really, I had no idea how I was going to place this. As you can see, I'm really just running around kind of feeling how I want the items to be laid out. And it's really just a lot of trial and error. That's pretty much this entire build. It's just placing a lot of items down to see how they look and then deciding if I like it or not. I think overall I ended up really liking the layout, and it's a lot of fun because I haven't really decorated with a lot of the castle items, like not in the way that they have been meant, like they're initially meant to be decorated with, because obviously they're meant to be like castle items to build actual castles. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to actually finally use the items for what they were initially created for. Obviously I'm using a lot of the castle items in my new tropical city island. I'm using a lot of the gray brick version as like walls for the city, but obviously it doesn't quite look like a castle. It has more of a modern look and feel to it. But anyway, we're not talking about the island today, we're talking about this one. So really I was just trying to figure out how I wanted the layout to be, and I know I've already said that, but I'm just kind of framing the area with cliffs. I don't actually decorate the cliffs really in this build. I decorate like one little tiny area, but the majority of the cliffs do remain undecorated today, so do not come for me. I will get to them at some point. Today was just about really like just seeing how I wanted this island to be built, because obviously in my head I know what I want it to look like, but considering this is the first time I'm actually building an island that looks like this, it's really honestly just a lot of trying to see how items look and fit, because I've never really decorated with these items before in this kind of way. This is actually my first time decorating with the ruined set. I've never decorated with them in like the years since we got them, so this is gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, I am slowly starting to get a feel for it, and I'm putting the curtain partition behind the medieval side building just because I don't want you to be able to see the cliff behind it, so it's just like blackened out, so you really can't see anything. Just in case anyone's wondering why I did that. And then I placed these other ones like side by side to another, so like you really don't see anything. And then here is where I don't even know what I'm saying. What am I saying here? I wanted to make like a little like second story space, so that's what I'm doing here. Like I said, I don't decorate the actual cliffs for this build, but this one little area I do eventually go back and decorate. I'm also going to say right now I do decorate with not a lot of custom designs in this build. Obviously I have my main pathing, but you will see a couple of custom designs throughout the course of the video, like some of the ones I already have downloaded. These could be subject to change at any point. I do not have them listed in my description yet. By the next video, I will have my list kind of assembled for the custom designs I'm going to be using so far. I will leave the custom design link for the path that I'm using, just because I know this is going to be the path that I use on my island. So in case you are curious, I will leave that link down below. But anything else that I use in this video could be easily subject to change at any point, so I didn't want to like... Also, I don't have all the custom design codes saved yet. I just kind of have them like thrown together in a random like pin list on Pinterest, so yeah, I have to get them all together. But by the next video, I will have them all linked in my description, like all my other islands. I do have a Google Doc full of all of the custom designs I use for my islands, because I want to make sure that I'm crediting the artists for their amazing designs. But yeah, so like I said, this was going to be a market area, so I'm going to be placing tons of stalls. Once again, the stall design that I'm using could easily change, but I didn't want it to be like a fall type of stall, so I'm trying to decide if I want to use like an actual like pretty stall or something that looks a little more run down and like destroyed, because this is meant to be like an abandoned market. But for right now, I'm using like this like brown wood one that has some red leaves hanging off of it, just because, you know, it's autumny, and I thought it was pretty cute. But once again, easily could change. This is just what I used for this video. And because once again, I feel like starting with an entrance for an island is always a great way to start decorating, because it really just gives you the opportunity to play with your theme, because you could honestly change how you want to decorate so easily. And an entrance is always a great starting point, because it's the first thing people see when they visit your island, so it kind of is like a great starting off point. It allows you to really, I don't know, like kind of just test your creativity, I suppose, and really just kind of like, you know, trial and error. So ultimately I wanted this entire area to be sectioned off from the rest of the island, and only to have that incline be the way through the entrance. But as of right now, I actually have 3 entrances, so you can either leave through the top part where the incline is, but where I'm placing the gazebo and all the items right now, there's actually going to be another little like pathway, so you can go through the ruined arch. And then also there is another pathway, as you saw me decorating earlier, on the right hand side. So you actually have 3 ways of getting through this island. So yeah. Anyway, then I'm just cutting off the sections. As you can see, I'm kind of like making little alleyways. I wanted this to really look like a street market. Like I wanted it to be like you cut through this way, and this one area is selling one thing, and then you cut off to another area, and this area is selling something else, which you will see as I start to place down the items on the stalls. Like as I'm kind of like looking, I'm trying to see how I like the layout, and I'm honestly quite satisfied with how it's looking. But you will see as I start to place items on the stalls, every area kind of has like a theme. Like there's one area that sells like food or potions or like, I don't know, things in jars and bottles. And then another area sells like books and papers. And then I also use like the covered, what are they called? The covered wagon. It's like another area where like you would buy like maybe horses, or you would buy food for the horses or something. You will see as I start to place the items down that everything is like a little unique and different in each area. And at this point I'm starting to place down the rest of the stalls, but also a lot of barrels and wooden boxes. And like you can see, like I used some coconut, what are they called? What's it called? Coconut, my brain is not working right now. The thing in the coconut jars. And then some of the sardines, just because they look like old bottles, like old, like preservatives. And then like this is the area I'm going to be placing like all of the food or preserves. So I use some like decorative bottles. The decorative bottles are gonna have like a really cool like label on them. I use some of the stack bags. I was basically trying to use items that look as if they've been like decaying or like they're falling apart, because once again, this is an area that's supposed to look like it's in ruin. One thing I really wish that we could do, and I was thinking this like the entire time I was decorating, we have like the spider webs from like the Halloween like spooky time of year decorations, but you can only use the cobwebs to decorate inside your home. I really wish that we could use the spider webs to decorate on furniture. Like, if I could just add some spider webs to the furniture and the other items in this area, I feel like it would just complete the space so much. I'm trying to decide if I want to maybe download a custom design that I could place on like some boxes that look like cobwebs, but like I don't want to waste one of my custom design slots for something like that. I just wish that we could use that item outside. It's kind of like how people really wish that you could use what's it called? My brain is not working right now. What's it called? I cannot think of the word. The rugs, like the Sahara rugs. People wish that we could decorate with the rugs outside. I wish that we could decorate with the spider webs outside. It would just look so good. So this is kind of random. I'm placing this little the skeleton thing. I feel like I'm gonna be placing these across the whole island in like very hidden little areas. You can't really see it unless you're not really looking for it. But like like I said, this island is meant to be in ruin. It's meant to be haunted. It's like an island of witches that you don't know it's haunted until you like realize that the inhabitants are witches. It's like, I don't know. I'm also finally using the glowing moss. I've never actually used this on any of my islands because none of my themes really fit like the glowing moss, but I think for this island, just to kind of add like another hint of magic, I'm gonna use that along with some of the regular weeds, which I think will look really cool. And then this is the area I'm placing the covered wagons. Once again, this is like an area that people could drop by and like get horses or get hay for their horses. I don't know, it's kind of hidden, but I really like how the covered wagons look. I've never actually used the covered wagons on any of my islands before either. This has just been, I feel like this island is going to be an opportunity to really explore and decorate with a lot of items I've never decorated with before, just because they've never fit my island themes. Obviously I'm going to be using tons of wheat fields and leaf piles because like it's a ruined, abandoned island. It's overgrown. That's the one thing I'm really happy about, the fact that this island really doesn't have any rhyme or reason with the decorating, because it's meant to be overgrown and like abandoned and I don't know. I'm really excited for this. I don't know. I hope that you guys are enjoying. I also hope that you're enjoying my very rambly voiceover. I'm also using the vine items. Like, how exciting is this going to be? Like, this giant vine that's growing up from the middle of the earth. Like, why? Who knows? It looks really cool. And it gives, like, height and verticality, which we love. But yeah, we're coming up towards the end of the build. Thank you for hanging out with me as I've kind of struggled to like decorate this island because when I tell you, I did not know what I was going to do here, but it's been a lot of fun and I'm obsessed with the final result. This is my little second level, I don't know, it's meant to be like, I don't know, someone's doing the laundry up here. I don't know. I'm also using a lot of candles because I can't use any electric items because this is meant to be like in medieval times, so it's gonna be fun. You're gonna see a lot of like candles and the spooky items, and yeah, I think it looks really good. Another thing, I'm really trying to make sure that all my islands are walkable, so hopefully as you see me like do my little walkthrough right now, you will see that you can walk through the area still very well, even though it's very cluttered. But yeah, I hope that you guys are excited to see the final result. I time traveled to like evening and also let all the weeds grow in. So I'm hoping that this is gonna be the time of day I set my DA to, because I don't want to do nighttime. I want to do like, I think like when the sun is setting or the sun is rising. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy my final walkthrough. Alright, that is everything for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. What do you think of the new island? What do you think of the new theme? It's a little different than what I traditionally do, but I'm having a lot of fun so far. And I definitely think this is going to be a very fun island to create. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more videos from me, and hit that post notification bell so you are always alerted when I post new videos. Anyways, I hope you guys all have an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!